Right, Brent, so the next speaker, Rohit Sharma, of course not the cricketer, but then the next speaker, he wouldn't be able to make it because he had some emergency situation that came up, and at the moment we unfortunately will not be able to fill in for him. But nonetheless, after the next break, we've got another two interesting presentations. But in between, in order to, break the entire routine of having these tech talks, I would like to call upon one of the founding members of Pyramid to share certain insights on biological rhythms. Which is totally off the subject, but nonetheless, it has benefited quite a lot of people because he has given quite a lot of lectures in BBC London, Cambridge University. So maybe he would like to share some of these insights with you.
What is the biological rhythm and external rhythms? How does it work? How does it make us work? It's a very complex, our whole body, how it works. Well, what is a biological rhythm is nothing but emotional rhythm, intellectual rhythm and physical rhythm. But this whole thing is very, very complex. This whole body is of 125 trillion plus, which has different cells, colonies, and it is working. And it's a very complex inside management of the rhythms, and we exist because of the rhythms. Our whole body is of bacteria, virus, fungus, you name it, it is there. What happens in the body is, there is good bacteria and bad bacteria. If you are maintaining a good bacteria, you are healthy. If bad bacteria becomes more, you are diseased. Now let us understand what is this complex situation. We have emotions. It's not just the brain which is giving you emotion. It is all the cells. All the cells are alive and it is carrying for thousands of years its emotions in the cells. Some cells are living just one day, some are living 2-3 days, and the maximum will be 3 months. Your whole body will be new after 3 months, including the bones. Nothing will be. 3 months is the maximum these cells live in your body. Now, how do we feed the cells? We take food and we put it in the mouth. Do you know that our saliva has more than 85 bacterial cells and so many enzymes in that which goes into the stomach? We hardly chew that. We take the food, we bite it for once or twice, and we put it inside. See what happens, the stomach is receiving without the proper saliva. So if you want to maintain a rhythm, what is the rhythm is? The body has a rhythm which communicates to you, to your brain. And mitochondria is giving functions to everything. We have 2 brains. Don't think that we have only one brain. One brain is in the gut. From the stomach up to the intestines, there is a major complex thing which is giving you the energy, disease, everything. Since I told you, our whole body is of germs, bacteria, virus, fungus, all kinds of things. It's between good and bad. Your stomach has to process the food what you eat. First of all, in today's world, all our food is completely not original. You could say pesticides, all kinds of things, and we add to that, we add so many things to give taste to us, and we eat that food. So, my advice to people, because I have been given a slot of half an hour, 40 minutes, so I will try to cover this. If you chew the food at least 25 times the bite, it will mix with saliva. And the saliva has the greatest medicinal value. You look at an animal. If it is hurt, it licks. It has no doctor. It has nothing, nursing home or this or that to treat. It just licks. The saliva is put on that. And of course the bacteria, all these things are there. And the saliva will cure that wound. That means what I am trying to say is, the saliva is the first thing which processes your food. And crush it as much as possible so that more saliva is mixed with that and it goes inside. Larynx and pharynx here will give the information inside that some food is coming. The first thing is, before that, your eyes are looking at the food. The communication is going from the eyes to the inside, says that such and such a thing is coming. Say a potato is coming or a fruit is coming. So the body, the brain prepares, mitochondria will say such and such a thing is coming. The required juices will be produced in the stomach. Then it goes down to a valve here, gate, it's called esophagus. And esophagus senses and it immediately tells the stomach, oh, not much of saliva is there. See, when such a situation is there, it will indicate to the brain that much of saliva is not coming. Then the stomach tries to prepare something else to digest that food. Now you see the eating process. People, they say, of course, people started thinking that eating small meals every 3 hours, 4 hours, which I did. See, I am 74 years old. I had a problem of diabetic and some problems very badly. And medically, all these medicines which are blah blah blah. They started putting me on insulin, my sugar is too high, it's not coming into control, and this and so many things. A couple of years I went through that process of insulin. Then I said, no, something wrong. Twice I admitted to hospital and almost a very bad situation that I could survive. I said, no, I should work. So I started doing my research on that. With lot of variations in my eating patterns and this, I reduced that insulin and came to tablets. Because that was giving me, I said, no, this is not the correct thing. Again I was admitted and came to that. And my research today says you can cure anything in your body, including cancer. But nothing survives inside if you follow certain biological rhythms. The first biological rhythm, expose yourself to the sun in the morning. Without sun, nothing exists. It gives you the energy. If you go back to ancient human life, they used to expose their body with just one gumboot and going and doing all the, we don't, we cover ourselves, we just, the sun ray, sun is the main life giver to us. So you start exposing your body, at least in the morning, early morning. Early morning, sun is very good. It is not harsh. It is not hot. It can give you a lot of freedom. So that is one biological way. Next, it is good for you to be near the plants. Or inside your house, you can have some indoor plants which can give you oxygen and take away the carbon dioxide which is coming inside the house or decayed air. Because everything is breathing. Even we put so many curtains. You know, the curtains are also breathing and it gives out the negative energy because it is decaying. So the more oxygen is required for keeping us. What is oxygen? Because the blood needs oxygen. We have to be alive because of the oxygen. It keeps your blood cells. Without oxygen, you can't do it. So early morning walk in wherever the greenery is there, it will give you a lot of oxygen. Even at home, it is better to keep a few plants because plants are surviving because of carbon dioxide. What carbon dioxide you are generating in the house, it takes and it gives out the oxygen. So that way, your health will start improving. And your biological rhythm is, it responses to the good energy that is going. Because as I said, the whole world is of bacteria and virus. The plants, if you take a fruit, it has got its own bacteria and virus inside. So you are eating and it's only the balance of plus and minus in your body which makes your life better. When I was 60 years old, my skin started wrinkling because of imbalance or whatever, rejuvenation was not happening. Why? Because your digestion was very bad. I was feeling, why I'm not able to digest. I'm eating good food, energy food. And I said, there's something wrong. So I said, I'm eating more food. Quantity. Generally if you say breakfast, you will have 2 idlis and 1 vada and something else and something else and something else. Then after 3 hours, or 12:30 or 1 o'clock, lunch. So much of rice or ragi mudde or chapatis, 3, 4, then some rice, then some rasam, then some curd, all that. Then again, 4 o'clock you have again snacks. It is creating a disturbing rhythm in the whole thing. Your cells are unable to understand what is happening. Now let us come back to this. You put food inside your stomach. You are following the clock. And you say, oh, it's 8 o'clock, my breakfast time. Do you know our body has a body clock and it asks for food. It's not asking for you and you are feeding. So what happens? There is a mismatch between what should happen and what's happening. So let us assume 8 o'clock you are having food. What is food doing? Food is producing energy, sugar, glucose, glycogen. The food goes there. Of course, not much of saliva, so it has gone in. So the cells don't know what is happening. Millions of cells are asking what is happening, what to do, what not to do. Then it's going inside. Brain is mitochondria is unable to give commands what to do. The gut is unable to know, food is semi-digesting and things like that is happening. Then, to be very frank, it will take 6 hours minimum for consuming the glucose in the blood, glycogen, and then 6 to 7 hours you are losing all the energy in the blood. So it's asking energy, I want energy. Now all of us, we have stored fat. What is fat? The energy what you develop, glucose, glycogen, all these things is in muscles and it will start dumping near the liver. So fat is stored in the different stores. Okay, after 3 hours again you are putting the food. It takes 6 hours for that whatever is there in the blood to consume. And when it is consuming, you need insulin to put this energy back into the cell of the blood. It's not just going into the cell, it is the insulin that puts that energy into this blood cell. Before that, you are putting some more food. So, I'm sure you can understand, you are again processing sugar, glycogen and glucose. So there is no opportunity you are giving to consume your fat. Every day some fat, extra energy is getting stored and stored and stored. There is a huge store keeping the fat. There are two types of fat. One is a white fat, one is a brown fat. When the child is in the womb of a mother, the mother gives very good fat to the child. It's a brown fat plus white fat. They both are different. Brown fat is required. When the brown fat melts, it produces something called ketone. Ketone is the energy from the brain. The brain has less blood cells. There is no blood supply. Blood supply is required to every cell to survive. Good blood cell. So for the brain, ketone is the energy. When the ketone is coming to the brain is more active, alert. I used to be lazy. Today, even at this age, at any time, any year, I am alert. Why? Because my ketone is released from I am melting the fat. I have lost almost, my son is saying, okay, time is over, okay, I am not able to cover more. Anyway, so what I am saying is, these are all what do's and don'ts. What I am trying to tell you is, eat slowly. Whatever you want to think and talk, give a gap of 1 second, so that 1 second makes a difference in your thinking. Because your brain can switch over to cognitive thinking. Otherwise, what you have stored in your brain will come back to you and haunt you. You don't know how to handle things. You give a 1 to 3 seconds gap before you answer anybody. Just listen to them. These indriyas, we say 5 senses, they are the feeding thing. If you remove my eyes, I cannot see the world. So this is the first energy giver to us, what is happening and all. It makes your emotions. So emotional intelligence is in every cell. It is not just in the brain. Second thing is, you are listening. Then you are smelling. You are tasting. You are touching. These 5 senses controls every emotion and your emotional intelligence. Intelligence is there in every cell. So if you try to improve your life by different methods which I am unable to share it with you now, please eat little and before 6 hours don't eat the next anything. Because in the stomach, when it goes, it takes 6 hours for consuming the glucose in the blood. And at that time, hunger starts. When hunger starts, Immediately don't eat, give a little gap, it will start, because stored energy is fat, it will start melting the fat and supplying to the blood. Blood says, I'm hungry, oh, I'm losing, I'm tired, I don't know. So it starts melting. So my stomach was this much, I have melted with no exercise, nothing, just a basic walking. It starts melting the fat. You start losing the weight. When you lose the weight, your ketones are better, your brain works better. You can see my skin is very young. It changes the whole process of making you younger, stronger, healthy, and everything happens. If the stored energy like fat is there, it will be there, it will be there, it will be there, it cannot help. Then we will be building up more and more, imbalances in the body. And that's it. So, this whole day I can talk, but unfortunately, time is over. Next speaker is waiting. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm really apologize that the speaker had to cancel, and there was no other alternative. But it's more for mind and body programming. So thank you very much for that. On that note, we have got another 2 presentations that would be covered. Maybe we can, I think, slip by a 15-minute break, and then we can conclude with the final 2 presentations. So tea and coffee, as you know, would be served in the pre-function area. Let's reconnect for the last 2 presentations of the day, after which the participation certificates would be given to you, and also one of my colleagues in the meantime would be distributing the feedback forms. Thank you.